looked into the area before it became Palmetto Bay. My wife and I decided we needed to buy a house. So we went looking around. My mom was my realtor. And when we found the house we eventually bought, when we walked in, Rita looked at it. She said, "If you put a pool in, we'll call this home." And I said, "Done." And we closed on the house and moved in and watched it unfold as the effort progressed to make the area into its own municipality. I was working as a trial attorney and got approached by some leaders here in Dade County to head up a study of Dade County government. And I drew from that the need that we needed to make sure that all parts of the community were represented. And so I consider that to be a big part of public service. And it was about a year after my wife died. I got approached by some leaders here in Palmetto Bay. They asked me to run. I asked them to give me about 20 minutes to think about it. And I thought back to something that my wife said before they took her into the operating room. If something happens to me, I don't want you to spend the rest of your life alone. And it occurred to me that this would be the way that I could keep the promise to Rita. Because by doing this, I'm never alone. I'm always getting calls from people, or I'm calling them. I'm finding problems, I'm looking for solutions, and I really enjoy it. Well, one of the things that I saw when I first came on the council was that we were in a bad situation financially. I knew that we had to get our finances in order, and that caused me the first year to push to raise taxes a bit. We have a AAA credit rating with Standard & Poor's Global. We refinanced the debt that we had to put up the Village Hall at a much lower interest rate. And we're just recognized as being one of the top municipalities in the state of Florida. The other thing I wanted to do was to make sure that we kept our promise for us to put in a big first-class community building. I also wanted to make sure that we made good on the promise of our Veterans Park. I pushed with the other members of the council, and Nick Morano, our manager, is fantastic. He's a retired Marine colonel. And we put it together so that we now have several $1 million that's going to go into a park that is going to be not just the pride of Palmetto Bay, but I think the pride of America. I also wanted just to make sure that we take care of flooding. We have gotten tens of millions of dollars, a lot of it matching grants from the state, from FEMA, so that we could put in drainage projects so that when a big rain hits, you don't have anybody flooded out. The community rating, the lower the number, the more discount you get for flood insurance. We're at 5. We live on the water. We can't eliminate all the risk, but we can mitigate them. It gives me a chance just to interact with people. I'm happy to converse. I'm happy to debate. I'm happy to explain. I enjoy solving problems too. We're a neighborhood. We are a suburban community. We're never going to be our own downtown metropolis, but people didn't move here for that. People moved here because they like the quiet, they like the atmosphere, they like our schools, they love going to our parks. Safety is very important. We have put a lot of money into our police. As our mayor says, she wants to make Palmetto Bay a great place to live, work, play, and she's added pray. So live, work, play, and pray.